Welcome to the Flip Thinking Podcast. In this podcast, you'll listen to intimate conversations between Berthold Gunster and his guests. Together, they'll explore the guest's personal problem and try to make it feel lighter or make it disappear altogether. This can be achieved in different ways. Sometimes they can simply solve the problem, but more often than not, they'll find that they have to let go of expectations or views they hold about themselves. At other times, they can only observe the fact that there is a problem without judging it. And in some cases, they can flip think the problem.
Good to have you here. Can you tell me something about yourself?
Yes, my name is Sanne. I'm almost 30 years old. I'm from the east of the Netherlands. I'm married to a really nice and smart guy.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
We've got to be married, but not such a nice guy, right?
No, I think I picked a good one, yeah.
Very good.
We've got a house, we've got pets, and I've got a job in engineering. Mm-hmm. So, all good, you could say.
That's who you are.
Yeah.
Well, you're here for a topic, a problem, or a dilemma, whatever you might call it. So what's your question? What can we explore together?
Well, so in theory, it's all good.
In theory.
The job and the husbands and the house and the friends and the family. But I don't feel like it is because I think my whole goal in life was to get a university degree. I'm really good at learning. I'm really good at studying. So I did gymnasium, passed with really good grades. Then I went to do an engineering bachelor's at the university, passed with really good grades. I decided to do a double master, so 2 engineering masters at the same time.
I'm getting tired already.
Yeah.
It sounds like you go on and on and on, right?
Well, this was the peak of my achievements. I passed again with really good grades.
Good girl.
And,
good for you.
I was really happy about it.
Yeah.
And that's about it. That was where my plan stopped. And I took a job because that is what you do.
Yeah.
But I found out that I don't find my job fulfilling at all. So I changed. I took another job. But again, it's not really fulfilling. And I don't have an idea of what I want to do next. So my goal was to get a university degree. I did that. And that feels like the peak of my life, and from here it's all
like those
downhill.
Boys and girls that become world championship or win the Olympics, and then now the rest of my life I will never reach this peak again.
Yes, exactly.
Is this a good comparison?
I think so, yeah. So this was at 25 years old, and I'm now almost 30, and I still, if someone would erase...
Start to getting them down the drain, right?
Yeah, it's all downhill, it doesn't matter anymore.
Downhill. These are severe words.
Yeah.
Yeah, downhill. Does it feel like downhill in a way?
Yeah, because I got those degrees 5 years ago, and I've been working, getting a house, doing some exercise, doing the laundry.
And now you have this mediocre life that's leading to nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If someone
there will be no peaks in the future anymore.
No. If someone would erase the last 5 years, doesn't matter.
This in a way is very sad, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Like leading a kind of grey, dull life. This is how it must feel for you.
Yeah, it just feels like everything is on repeat. But nothing is really giving me joy or fulfillment.
Yeah.
And I've tried to get another job or search for another hobby. But I'm not really sure what I'm looking for.
Right. Can you tell me why was it so important for you to prove how good you were at school, at university? What was your drive during those days?
I think because I had the brains to do it, so I did it. And I really enjoy learning. So it wasn't even the subject. So I did mechanical engineering and biomedical engineering. And it's not like I think those are the best fields ever. I'm not even really passionate about it, but I enjoyed studying and making the exams, passing the exams. So I enjoyed the studying in itself more than the subject.
And you were able to persevere.
Yeah.
So how would it have been for you if you had to see that you have capacities, you are clever, but you don't use them? Would that be a bad thing for you? How would you judge such a situation? Absolutely. This is a definite yes, right?
Yes.
A very strong confirmation. What's wrong with that?
Well, because I think I and everybody in general has been given talents, and you should use those talents, and it will give you joy and fulfillment
Satisfaction.
to be able to use them.
And how would it then be if you wouldn't use your talents your whole life? You do have a lot of talents, but you don't use them the rest of your life. Imagine, right?
Yeah, that would feel like a waste of time. You might as well not be there.
But these are hard words. You might as well not be there. And then with there, you are referring to life.
Yeah, if you're not
Existing.
contributing to life on Earth, then what's the point?
And that's the next one. So you have to use your talents and you have to contribute.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, what's the point? Why are you here? So you have this deep assumption about life in general. You don't earn your place naturally. You have to use your talents and contribute, and then you are allowed to be here. This is what you said. I'm just now you are hesitating, but
I'm
I just
struggling
summarizing what you
with
said, right?
The word allowed to be here.
Yeah, but what's the use, right? What's the use? This is what you said.
Yeah.
This is how it feels, right? And how it has worked for you, because you used your talents, you did contribute, you persevered on a study you didn't really like, but you persevered, you passed your exams. So you created for yourself a good reason to be here, to be allowed to be here and to live here and to really
Maybe
contribute.
it's slightly more toward the potential side, that you could have done such beautiful things. You could have made the world a better place, but you didn't.
But you didn't. And then?
Yeah, it feels like a waste.
A waste. So your life is wasted unless you use your talents and contribute to the world. Yeah. This is your paradigm about life, right? About your life.
Yeah.
Is this a conviction or is this a fact? Well, there's a long silence here.
Yeah, because
you are clever. You have to establish that it's not a fact, right? You have to admit it's not a fact, rationally, right?
Well, I don't know. It's still a waste if you don't do it.
Is this a truth or a conviction?
I'm going to say, to me, it is a truth, so that makes it a conviction by default.
Yeah. So now, how would you continue your life if you were not pushed by yourself that you have to use your talents and that you have to contribute to the world? Wouldn't you have an easier life without this deep conviction?
Empty.
Without direction, right?
Yeah.
Because where can you go?
Yeah.
Well, I would think the word empty in freedom. You can choose all kinds of directions. This must feel a bit desolated now for you, having no direction in life, because what's your life about then, right?
Yeah. How are you going to make any choice? I think you would still make that choice based on what gives you joy. And what gives you joy is doing what you're good at.
Maybe, but maybe you're very bad at something, and if you like it, just do it. What's wrong with doing things in a field you're completely amateuristic in and still doing it and enjoying it and not reaching a high level even, just doing it because you just like, play football on an amateur level and you like it, it gives you fun with the team and joy, but you're really actually very miserable. You're the goalkeeper because you can play in the field. What's wrong with a life enjoying capacities you can't master at all, but just doing them? For you, this is you.
Yeah, you
for
see
you,
the doubt on my face.
Yeah, this sounds like words out of a completely different universe than where you live.
Well, I am doing that now. I'm doing a job, which is
yes, but it feels like
I'm
languishing, like boring. It doesn't feel like giving you joy.
No, exactly.
No. Right. So there are two problems, because finding things you really like, what makes me happy, this is a difficult question to ask for everybody, to find an answer on this. We all have this problem. And this is what I can solve for you right now in this conversation. But what I can let go is this deep conviction you carry with you that you have to use your talents. Otherwise, what are you doing here? What's the purpose? So to my conviction, this purpose is for you a burden. It gives you direction.
Yeah.
And it's a nice, safe place, but in a way it's a kind of a prison because you have to contribute. You have to use your talent.
Yes. And it's always worked for me until a few
years ago. It gave you direction. It gave you a purpose. It gave you a sense of life. But what if I grab this sense of life out of your hands and you're standing there empty-handed? How would that be?
feel lost, no
Yeah.
clue where to go
Yeah.
or what to do for the next years.
Yeah. Until your death.
Yeah,
Because you had this guideline, use your talents, contribute, and this guideline is gone.
yeah,
So what about from now on? I do the things I want to do because they give me joy. Nothing more, nothing less than that.
yeah.
How does this resonate when I say this?
I think the search would be even more scary
Because
because instead of having a small field of search with everything I'm good at, the search goes even wider because then you can do anything.
right. And for now, this is in a way confusing. Too much options, too much choices, no guideline at all. But isn't it reality? Isn't this what life is? That we just don't know what the purpose is, and we have to make up a purpose for ourselves. And as long as they work, they're fine. And if they are not true at all, or just a conviction, an empty conviction, why not let go?
Yeah. But it sounds like a waste of time.
Yeah, right.
Keep going back to that.
Yeah. And what if you don't have to go back anymore? Imagine, right? There was this kind of supreme being, God, Allah, whatever you call it, supreme being, right? And this being said to you, Sanne, you had a lot of talents. You used them all. You did a brilliant job, and you contributed to the world far more than beyond our expectations. So your life is finished. It's complete. You get a degree, and every degree you wanted to have in your life, I give you. So you can come to heaven now. Your life is finished. But as you are quite young and physically still capable of doing a lot of things, you've done a far more quicker pursuit to your life goals than we expected. You can stay now on Earth, that's fine for us, but the rest of your life doesn't have to go about using your talents or contribute because you've done so. Which day would you go?
Well, actually, if this was it, if I never do anything better or...
No, I don't say you don't excel anymore, because if you want to excel, if you want to be very good at things, that's fine too. But you don't have to do these things because you have used your talents enough and contributed enough. If you still want to use more talents, that's fine, but it's not necessary, it's not mandatory, it's an option. It's freedom. You can do so if you want to, but you don't have to. That's the difference. Very decisive distinction, I hope. So would you stay?
Well, then it
There's a
doesn't...
long silence, which is...
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting worried.
Well, then it doesn't matter anymore.
You can choose what matters to you. But it doesn't have anything to do with proving.
No.
It's okay to use your talents, but you're free to do so. You're not obliged to do so. There's a long silence, and you look at me. This is, for you, sounds like a completely weird world that you can't imagine that it would exist.
Well, I'm thinking deep in myself, might as well go to heaven then. But it's a bit scary to say out loud.
If you say so, that's fine. But I think it's very scary for you, right? And this is a maybe very confronting question. When you get up in the morning, do you not feel a reason to move, to do things, to live?
Well, just the basics, because you promise to go to work, you have a household, you have a husband, but
actually the answer
not
is...
intrinsically for myself, no.
And how does it feel saying this?
Well, I've known for a while that what's the point?
I don't have the answer. What's the point? We have to make up our own answers.
Yeah.
So is it really at this time in your life, at your age, what you have done until now, and the last 5 years you describe, is it really so that you really find it depressing to be here on Earth and not knowing what to do and not having a specific goal to live for? Does it feel that depressed?
No, I wouldn't say depressed, but not invigorating either. No.
There's no thrill or no passion. Could you give me some things you like in life? Are there things that give you joy?
Yeah. So I think 2 times a year we go on really active holidays.
What do you do on holiday?
We go cycling or canoeing, just being outdoors the whole
Be
day.
very physical.
Yeah.
Does it give you joy?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
This is something you like.
Yeah.
So we can hold on this, right? So if you go to heaven, you won't be cycling anymore, and whatever you do in your holidays, that's gone. Are there more things you like to do in life?
Well, I think exercising, just doing fitness and sports, but mainly because it turns off my head.
It prevents you from worrying.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Is it worrying about what am I doing here? Is this what I really want? What is my life all about? Are these the questions that are constantly in your head?
Twofold. So I'm an organizing person. I'm always making lists in my head and thinking I have to do this, I have to organize this, I'm doing this. So that on the one side, and on the other side, why am I doing it at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the answer to the last question is we just don't know. You thought you knew until 5 years ago. You thought, if I use my talents, if I contribute, this is a life full of purpose, and full of direction, and full of fulfillment. But then you found out that, well, though it might give you joy to be very good, but it didn't fulfill your whole life, right?
No.
So we have cycling, we have canoeing. Are there more things you like in life?
Yeah, I think mainly being the outdoors part, being in the forest.
Could you imagine, because my sister-in-law, she's a very brilliant, very talented girl. She works in Scotland, very clever, but her work is for her kind of something you have to do. You make money. And as soon as she can, and as often as she can, she canoes, she climbs. She's very outgoing, sporty. And this is her life. This is her life. This is what she lives for, together with her girlfriend. They do this together. This is what combines them. They're not thinking about, should we use our talents? This is what they really live for. And the work is the kind of thing they do aside. Could you imagine to allow yourself the freedom to live a life like that?
It sounds like a really good life. But so a few times a year on holiday is fine. But a voice in me says you cannot do that all the time. Because then you're just
wasting
being
your
a free
talents.
bird. Yeah.
And you are enjoying instead of contributing to the world.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. But what if you were just free? Like I said, I was a supreme being that told you, you have contributed, it's ready. Just if you want to go do only sports the rest of your life, that's fine. So I now have the conclusion that you do very well know what you want. You know it very well. This problem is not that you don't know what you want. Yeah. You know very well what you want. The problem is that you don't allow yourself to do what you want. That's the problem.
Yeah, you don't have the courage to actually do it.
Yeah, and courage sounds like you should learn something or should do something. Whereas I think just opening up and allowing yourself would be a better word. Letting go of this paradigm that you have to use your talents, that you have to contribute. If you can let go of this paradigm, then you will do this quite naturally. It's effortless because it's what you want. You don't have to get up in the morning, what do I want? No, you know what you want. Maybe the problem is that you know what you want.
But I've
yourself
chosen
back.
Not to let it be an option.
Right, because you have to contribute. You have to use your talents. But you don't like to... You have done a study which you actually didn't like, but you did it to prove to yourself, I use my talents, I contribute, but you didn't like it. Not that deeply. It gave you satisfaction.
Yeah.
It gave you satisfaction, but it was not your passion, not an authentic motivator. Am I right?
True. Yeah.
So the fact that you have let go of this path in your life is a very good thing. Now you only have to find the new path, and the new path is I do what I want. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now there's a laugh. Is there a little bit feeling of freedom here, or am I too optimistic?
No, you said a few minutes ago. You said something like you've done the first path. Okay, well done.
Yeah.
And now congratulations, and now start a new path, and it's okay.
Yeah.
And
nothing wrong with that. If you live a life only with sports, that's fine. If you live a life only with exercise, that's fine. Who cares? Who determines? You determine. It's your life, nobody else's.
Yeah. I think I have to repeat it a few times for myself to let it sink in.
Because I have the assumption that this conversation triggers you to make a very deep shift on the question, what is my life about? And we are talking now for, 25, 30 minutes, but this is a life question. But we have found the source of your difficulty finding a direction in life. We have found the answer, and this is what you came for.
Yeah.
So we are ready and done.
We're fixed.
We're fixed. Yeah. So how do these closing words feel for you?
There's
a sigh over there. Sigh is always a good sign.
There's some rest coming. And I don't know if this is suitable for your podcast, but I'm Christian, and I think there's always in
the end of
two
this podcast,
problems that everybody has. At first, they say, well, you're already loved and you're already good. everything is perfect as it is.
Yeah, but then
They say you have golden talents and now you must use them in the kingdom. But it's all good. You're already blessed. Yeah. But still work in the kingdom.
And these are two contradictory messages, right? They don't go together.
No.
Are you okay, or do you have to prove yourself? It's not both.
No.
How can you say you are okay if you have to prove your whole life that you are worth going to heaven because you had a fruitful, meaningful, contributing life?
Yeah, so it's already good, and then you work because you want to, because it's good.
What if this? What if this deeply Christian, but also other religions have the same kind of belief system? What if it's just not working, and what if it's probably not true? What if life is not about having to contribute and having to use your talent? What if it's not?
I don't think it is, because I think the message is deeper, but it's really difficult to grasp. It's already good, but you must learn to accept that, and that's really difficult.
Yeah, but on a deeper level, hopefully you can make contact with the idea that you have a boyfriend, he loves you, you love him, you are a good person to your environment, you're doing your best, you're living life as good as you can, and you are connected with everything that's surrounding you, like nature, for instance. So what would it be to embrace life as if heaven was on earth? These are big words for a Christian girl.
No, I think it is, but it's difficult to see because you're focused on the wrong things, focused on contributing, being better. These are all very...
Instead of shining, living,
enjoying what is there.
And yeah. So this deep conviction you carry with you, which is inspired by Christianity or by Christian belief system.
Yeah, values.
Values. Yeah. If you want to hold on to this system, that's fine for me too. It's your life. That's fine. But are you able to let go of this deep conviction, or do you want to hold on?
Well, I always had the idea that I had to have a really big career because I had the brains for it. But I don't think it's happening. And I think it's not happening because I don't really want to.
Right.
Yeah.
So letting go of this paradigm might free you then? Can I conclude this?
Yeah. Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
Yeah, but it's not something you have to do things for. You have to let go of things. It's a process of letting go. And let this paradigm just, like clouds in the sky, just go away.
Be me.
And be you is what you want to do out of yourself, not what you have to do. Well, good luck with that. Have a good life.
Yeah.
I see you canoeing all day from now on. But, so we will stay in touch. And I'm curious, once it has sinked in really deep, what it does with your system, let us know.
Okay. Yeah, thanks.
Do you want to flip think your own problem too? In Berthold Gunster's bestseller Flip Thinking, you will learn all about the life-changing art of turning problems into opportunities. Flip Thinking is available in England, Italy, Portugal, South Korea, United States, and soon in 17 other countries too. For info, check out flipthinking.info.